Hey everyone! So Ayaka's banner just got announced, and so I wanted to talk about the various characters on the banner as well as Ayaka and find out whether or not you should summon for it. Let's move on to the video. So first up we have Ayaka, the Cryo Sword user. Now, as I've mentioned before, she has been one of the more hyped characters for a while now, and many are looking to get her, as they should be. She's looking to fit the role of a cryo main damage dealer, and hopefully a very strong one at that. So firstly, she's a cryo character, which means that she has access to many strong reactions, like melt and freeze, which can be really good if you didn't manage to get someone like Ganyu before or even Rosaria. Now while there is the gameplay aspect, there is also the look factor, and that is the reason a lot of people are summoning for characters now. Just like how I summoned for Kazuha before her, just because he looked so damn cool and his abilities were really amazing. Like Kazuha, she's also got that Japanese aesthetic going on with her outfit, as do most of the Inazuma characters. So should you summon for it? Yeah, she's looking to be a great addition to your roster of characters, especially if you are lacking a cryo damage dealer, as she'll be a great help dealing not only with the pyro domains, but if we get any pyro bosses in the future, she'll be really good. So next up we have Chongyun. Now Chongyun, similar to Ayaka, is a cryo character that is really good at applying cryo. Now Chongyun's been around for a little while now, as well as appearing in a few banners, and he's a good character, definitely one of the stronger 4 stars. Whether you play him as a main DPS or a sub DPS cryo applier sort of thing, he's really good. As for main DPS, he gets vastly improved with his constellations, most notably C1 and C6, and so if you want to play him as a main DPS, and if you're close to constellations, definitely try to get these. While not necessary, they definitely help him become a way stronger main DPS. Now for sub DPS, the only notable constellation is that C2, which helps with the cooldowns of your party. Now should you summon for him? Well, if you're going to be going for Ayaka, I feel that she's a 5 star, she's probably going to be a better cryo damage dealer than him, at least I hope so. And so that's something to think about, although if you're going to be going for him as your sub DPS, he's still going to be good in that regard. But the only thing you do have to be wary of is that he does infuse the party members' weapons with cryo, which can be bad depending on the comp you want to run, but overall a very decent pickup depending on what you're going for. Third up we have Ningguang. Finally, she's on the banner. There was a little meme going on before that MiHoYo hated her due to how she was just never appearing on the banner, but finally she's here. Now, she's the only Geo Catalyst user we have, and a very strong one at that. She can only really be played at the main DPS role, so that's something to think about, due to Geo not really being a good reaction element, and so not that viable as a support sub DPS role. Now, even though she is a 4 star, she can output some pretty impressive numbers, and I'd honestly consider her to be one of the strongest 4 star DPS, especially if you can get her constellations up. The best ones to go for to improve her damage are her C1 and C6. The only thing you do have to note is that you have to build your party very specifically depending on which enemies you're facing. Ones with shields, for example, are going to be quite difficult to beat. Now, should you summon for her? Well, seeing as she doesn't appear that often, and who knows the next time she will, I'd say yes, especially if you want to go for her high constellations, as they just help her as a character so much. So lastly, we have a relatively new character, only released not too long ago with the John Lee rerun banner, and that is Yanfei. So Yanfei is a Pyro Catalyst user that's really strong and is pretty much 4 star Klee, which is something important to note, as if you pulled Klee in the recent banner, it may not be worth summoning for Yanfei. She won't be hit nearly as hard as Klee, although she is a lot easier as you don't have to do the animation cancels like Klee does. Now important constellations for Yanfei would probably be her C1, C2 and her C6, so if you are near any of these, it may be worth pulling for her. Now Pyro has access to some of the strongest reactions in the game, and so if you are looking for a new Pyro damage dealer, Yanfei could definitely be the one for you. Personally, I managed to get the Skyward Atlas in the weapon banner before, So I've been looking for a careless user to play, and will probably use Yanfei, as I didn't go for Klee last banner, and also I feel that compared to Ningguang, she's a lot more flexible and able to fit into some strong reaction comps. Now should you summon for her? Maybe, if you have the resources to spare, as well as if you're looking for a new pyro character, she can be quite fun to invest into. However, if you have Klee, probably not that worth too. So all in all, it's looking like a decent banner to summon for. We've not only got Ayaka, who's been hyped up for quite a while, we also have Ningguang, who really appears in banners for some reason, no one knows. So whether you're going to summon for Ayaka or going for more constellations for your favorite 4 stars, I wish you all the best, and so I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.